The silver survey ship hung motionless against the backdrop of stars, its sensors focused on the blue-green planet below. Inside the observation deck, lead researcher Tom Miller stared at his datapad with growing concern. Something about this primitive world didn't add up. "Sir, I've completed the initial scan reports," his assistant, Jack, called from the monitoring station. "Should I file them under standard Class D protocols?" Tom rubbed his chin, studying the readings again. The species below had yet to achieve faster-than-light travel. They hadn't even established a permanent presence beyond their own atmosphere. By all standard metrics, they should be classified as harmless. Yet, run the atmospheric analysis again, Tom ordered, walking over to Jack's station. Pay special attention to pollution levels. The holographic display flickered as new data streamed in. The planet's atmosphere contained an alarming mix of industrial pollutants, yet the species below continued to thrive. Most races would have suffocated under such conditions. "Sir," Jack's voice carried a note of confusion, "these beings are deliberately ingesting stimulants and toxins for pleasure. Look at these readings from their entertainment venues." Tom leaned closer, watching recordings of humans consuming everything from alcohol to spicy foods. His 3 hearts skipped a beat when he saw the caffeine consumption levels. Any one of those coffee shops could kill half this crew. "Document it," he said quietly, "but mark it as a cultural observation, not a threat assessment. We don't want to cause unnecessary panic." The next few days brought more puzzling discoveries. The humans were constantly at war, yet their technology advanced faster during conflicts. They created weapons from nearly anything, yet used the same ingenuity to heal and help each other. "Sir," Jack called out one morning, "you need to see this. They have something called extreme sports." Tom watched in horror as humans willingly jumped from high places, swam with predators, and climbed frozen mountains without environmental suits. His report notes grew longer with each passing hour. During the final briefing, Tom stood before his research team, choosing his words carefully. "The official report will classify Earth as Class D, harmless pre-FTL species," he announced. "Our recommendations will suggest minimal monitoring with annual check-ins." "But sir," one of the junior researchers protested, "what about their radiation resistance, or their ability to survive losing entire limbs, or the fact that they keep predators as pets?" Tom held up a hand for silence. "All valid points, which is why I'm adding a personal note to the classified section. But think about it. If we classify them as anything else, it would trigger immediate containment protocols." The room fell quiet as understanding dawned. Containment protocols meant first contact, and first contact with Earth might be problematic. "These humans," Tom continued, pulling up an image of children playing in a park, "don't even realize they're living on what most species would consider a death world. They think they're normal. They think they're weak." A nervous laugh rippled through the room. "So we'll watch, and we'll wait. We'll file our report marking them as harmless, because right now, that's the safest option for everyone." As the survey ship prepared to leave Earth's orbit, Tom made one final log entry. Asterisk official classification, Class D, harmless pre-FTL species. Note: exercise extreme caution. This species appears to have evolved with traits that defy standard classification metrics. They demonstrate unprecedented adaptability, survival capabilities beyond conventional limits, and an inexplicable drive to explore despite clear dangers. Asterisk personal recommendation. Maintain distance. Do not initiate first contact until absolutely necessary. These beings casually survive conditions that would kill most sentient species, yet remain unaware of their extraordinary capabilities. Asterisk final note. Their classification as harmless may be the greatest underestimation in galactic survey history. May we never have to correct this error. Asterisk. The ship disappeared into hyperspace, leaving Earth behind. Its inhabitants continued their daily lives, unaware that somewhere in a galactic database, a special file was being created, one that would eventually change their classification from harmless to something far more terrifying. They also remained unaware that several alien researchers had to seek counseling after watching videos of humans handling cute baby predators called kittens and puppies. 5 years after the initial survey, the Galactic Monitoring Station's alert system lit up like a festival display. Lead observer Pete watched the incoming data with all 4 of his eyes widening in disbelief. "This can't be right," he muttered, tapping the screen. "Rob, come look at these technology progression charts." Rob, his human behavior specialist, floated over to the monitoring station. After the initial classification, they'd been assigned what was supposed to be the most boring job in the galaxy, watching a harmless species. It had been anything but boring. "They'd done it again," Rob said, his tentacles curling in anxiety. "They'd just made their communication devices twice as powerful using. Is that a kitchen microwave part?" Pete nodded grimly. "That's not even the worst part. Remember their primitive ground vehicles from 5 years ago? Look at them now." The screen showed humans casually driving vehicles that could survive conditions that would crush most military-grade alien transports, and they were using them to deliver something called pizza. "Should we submit another review request?" Rob asked, already knowing the answer. Pete was already drafting the report. Urgent update. Earth Monitoring Station. Classification Review Request Number 47. Subject: Unprecedented Technology Advancement Rate In the past month alone, humans have developed phones that are more powerful than our standard chip computers, created artificial limbs that work better than natural ones, started planning colonies on their deadly radiation-blasted moon, invented something called TikTok. Separate report needed for this psychological weapon, *. The most disturbing part wasn't just their speed of advancement. It was how they did it. Most species develop technology carefully, with extensive safety protocols. Humans, they seem to operate on a principle they called "hold my beer and watch this." "Sir," another analyst called from across the room, "you need to see their military innovations." Pete floated over, already dreading what he'd find. The humans were supposed to be in a time of peace. That usually meant species slowed down their military development. Not humans. The screen showed them testing new aircraft that could pull maneuvers that would liquefy most species' internal organs. They were developing armor that could withstand temperatures that would vaporize standard protection suits. And they were doing it all while complaining that progress was too slow. "How are they not killing themselves?" Rob whispered, watching a test pilot casually walk away from a crash that should have been fatal. "That's not the scary part," Pete replied. "The scary part is they're doing this while being officially at peace. Imagine what they'd do if they felt threatened." The monitoring station had started with 3 observers. Now it had 50, and each one was dedicated to tracking a different aspect of human development. One poor analyst had been assigned to monitor something called extreme cooking shows and had to take stress leave after watching humans willingly eat things that were literally on fire. Later that night, Pete made his final daily entry. Day 1825 of Earth observation. Classification review urgently needed. This species continues to defy all normal development patterns. They are advancing at a rate that should be impossible, yet they consider this progress frustratingly slow. Key concerns. They developed spaceflight because 2 groups said they couldn't. Their entertainment is more dangerous than most species' military training. They are starting to discuss terraforming their red planet. They upgrade their weapons even when not at war. Several of their civilian vehicles could survive orbital re-entry. Most alarming observation. Their children are now carrying devices more powerful than our military computers, and they're using them to share videos of themselves doing dangerous stunts. Personal note. If this species maintains this development rate, they will achieve FTL travel 200 years ahead of standard projections. Given their apparent inability to recognize danger, This could pose significant concerns for galactic stability. Asterisk recommendation: immediate reclassification and possible first contact preparation. We may need to explain to them that most species consider their normal activities to be survival challenges. Asterisk. As Pete finished his report, a junior analyst rushed in with more news. The humans had just invented something called ghost pepper ice cream. Pete decided some things were better left out of official reports. Some horrors the galaxy wasn't ready to know about. The Galactic Trade Commission had made many mistakes in its long history, but none quite as catastrophic as approving coffee for interstellar trade. The simple agreement was signed on a Tuesday. By Friday, 3 alien species had declared a state of emergency. Mark, the human trade representative, sat in the emergency meeting room, watching alien officials run around in panic. He sipped his 4th cup of coffee, completely confused about the chaos. "What do you mean it's toxic?" he asked, taking another calm sip. "It's just coffee." The alien medical officer, Dr. Gray, renamed for human comfort, his real name was unpronounceable, waved his sensor frantically. "Just coffee? Just coffee. This beverage has enough stimulants to power a small spacecraft." "Well, yeah," Mark shrugged. "That's kind of the point. How else would anyone get through Monday morning meetings?" The doctor's color changed from blue to a concerning shade of purple. "You drink this for meetings." The situation had started simply enough. Humans had finally been allowed to trade with other species. They offered coffee as their first export, thinking it was a safe, simple product. No one had bothered to check if other species could handle what humans consumed daily. The first incident occurred at the Galactic Embassy cafeteria. An alien diplomat, trying to be polite, had drunk an entire cup of espresso. He proceeded to rewrite his planet's constitution in 15 minutes, invented a new form of mathematics, and then passed out for 3 days. The caffeine content, Dr. Gray explained, reading from his medical scanner, is potent enough to be classified as a military-grade stimulant in most star systems. And you give this to your young. Mark thought about his teenage daughter and her frappuccino habit. "Well, we usually wait until they're in high school." The room erupted in fresh chaos. Several alien representatives had to be escorted out for breathing exercises. The Trade Commission's chief analyst pulled up a holographic display showing the effects of coffee on different species. Asterisk Centaurians. Immediate hyperspace-like hallucinations. Blue pods. Spontaneous gravity defiance. Crystallines. Uncontrolled growth of extra crystals. Humans. Slight increase in productivity. Complains if not available hourly asterisk. And this isn't even addressing the sugar content you add to these drinks. Another official noted, reviewing the data on something called a caramel frappuccino with extra whip. Mark looked at his coffee cup thoughtfully. "Wait until they hear about energy drinks," he muttered under his breath. Unfortunately, alien hearing was better than he expected. "There's something stronger." Dr. Gray's voice hit a pitch previously thought impossible. The emergency meeting turned into a full-scale crisis conference. The revelation that humans regularly consumed multiple stimulant-laden beverages triggered an immediate classification review. The fact that they gave milder versions to their children in the form of soda sparked talks of a system-wide quarantine. By the end of the day, coffee was classified as a controlled substance in 37 star systems. Earth's trading rights were suspended pending a full review of their exportable goods. Mark had to fill out 17 different forms just to keep his personal coffee stash. The final report from the Galactic Trade Commission read, Asterisk Emergency Advisory. Earth Substance Coffee. Classification. Extreme Hazard. Notes. This seemingly innocent beverage has revealed disturbing information about human biochemistry. They appear to be naturally resistant to substances that would be lethal to most sentient species. Asterisk. Additional concerns. Humans consider this mild stimulant. They drink it multiple times daily. They have developed thousands of variations. They give diluted versions to children. They express joy when the effects are particularly strong. Asterisk recommendation. Immediate review of all Earth consumables. If this is their morning beverage, we have serious concerns about their food. Asterisk personal note. Several commission members required therapy after learning about something called Death Wish coffee. The name alone caused 3 resignations. Asterisk. Mark returned to Earth the next day, his personal coffee supply intact. As he filed his report about the failed trade agreement, he enjoyed a fresh cup of coffee, completely unbothered by the fact that his morning drink had just caused an interstellar incident. Meanwhile, in a secure galactic facility, scientists began testing other human beverages. The research team assigned to analyze something called monster energy had already requested hazard pay. The Galactic Medical Research Center was in complete disarray. Dr. Andy, the lead human researcher, sat calmly in the examination room while 12 alien doctors stared at his medical scans in horror. "Could you please break your arm again?" asked the chief alien doctor, Bill. "We need to confirm our readings." Andy shrugged. "Sure, but this is the 3rd time today. You guys might want to speed up your tests." The assembled doctors watched in terror as the human deliberately broke his own arm, barely flinching. Even more terrifying was his body's immediate response. The healing process began almost instantly. "Fascinating," Bill muttered, all 6 of his eyes fixed on the scanners. "Their bodies don't just heal, they come back stronger at the breakpoint." One of the junior doctors was reviewing Earth's medical records with increasing panic. "Sir, they call this ability getting swole in some contexts. They deliberately damage their muscles to make them stronger." The research center had been studying human physical capabilities for the past month. Each new discovery sent waves of terror through the galactic medical community. Their findings so far. Asterisk 1. Sleep patterns. Humans can function on minimal sleep. They voluntarily stay awake for days. Some work night shifts by choice. They use lack of sleep as entertainment. Movie marathons. Asterisk. Asterisk 2. Pain tolerance. Can continue fighting with multiple fractures. Give birth while conscious. Voluntarily eat pain-causing substances. Spicy food challenge. Consider some pain fun. Massage. Exercise. Asterisk. Asterisk 3. Environmental adaptation. Survive in temperatures that freeze water. Live in places hot enough to cook food. Can lose significant blood and keep moving. Heal from injuries that would kill most species. Asterisk. "Look at this," called another doctor, reviewing sports footage. "This human broke both legs, waited for them to heal, then went back to jumping off mountains with a board attached to his feet. Snowboarding," Andy supplied helpfully. "It's pretty fun." The medical team had to take a break after that comment. 3 doctors needed anxiety medication. When they resumed testing, things only got worse. They discovered humans could survive radiation levels that should be lethal, digest substances that would dissolve standard lab equipment, regenerate significant portions of their liver, continue functioning with half their blood volume. "But how do you handle the pain?" Bill asked, watching Andy casually reset his now-healed arm. "Oh, that?" Andy shrugged again. "We just sort of ignore it. Mind over matter, you know." The concept of ignoring pain caused such distress that the facility had to hire a full-time counselor for its medical staff. The final report to the Galactic Medical Board was marked X2EMELURGNT. Asterisk subject. Human physical capabilities. Classification status. Immediate REVIE needed. Key findings. Humans are effectively immortal until death, their words. They voluntarily damage themselves for improvement. Their healing factor defies known medical science. They consider most lethal conditions inconvenient. Psychological notes. They appear unaware that their abilities are unusual. They complain about being weak and fragile. They deliberately seek out physical challenges. They expose themselves to harsh conditions for fun. Additional concerns. Several research staff have requested transfers after learning about ultramarathons in Death Valley, free diving without equipment, something called Hot Ones Challenge, their practice of walking it off asterisk. As Andy left the facility that day, he passed a group of alien researchers studying human exercise routines. They were watching a video of a gym workout session. But why? One researcher wailed. Why do they lift heavy objects just to put them down and lift them again? For fun, Andy called out as he walked by. You should see CrossFit. The sound of multiple aliens fainting echoed down the corridor. Back in his office, Bill made one final personal note. Asterisk most disturbing revelation. Humans consider themselves to be one of the physically weaker species. If these are their capabilities when they think they're weak, I pray to the galactic core we never give them reason to try to become strong. Asterisk. Meanwhile, on Earth, millions of humans were voluntarily entering buildings called gyms, deliberately tearing their muscles to make them stronger, all while complaining about how out of shape they were. The galaxy trembled. The Galactic Council's emergency session began with a video from Mars. On the screen, a human construction worker named Bob was casually welding structures in the lethal Martian atmosphere, protected only by what the aliens considered to be alarmingly thin protective gear. As you can see, Bob's voice came through the feed. We're making good progress on Dome 7. Should have it ready for the next batch of families in about a month. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Families, squeaked head counselor Phil. His real name contained frequencies that hurt human ears. They're bringing their young to that death world. Oh yeah, Bob continued cheerfully, completely unaware of the panic he was causing. My kids can't wait to come up. My daughter's especially excited about the lower gravity. Says it'll help with her gymnastics practice. Several council members had to be escorted out for emergency stress management. The Mars Colony Project had started 3 months ago, and it was breaking every known rule of space colonization. The humans were building homes on a planet with deadly radiation levels, planning parks in an atmosphere that would kill most species, installing schools in conditions that violated safety protocols, discussing terraforming like it was a simple gardening project. Show them the farming footage, someone suggested, immediately regretting it. The video switched to the Mars greenhouse complex. Inside, humans were casually growing earth plants in Martian soil, treating deadly environmental challenges like minor inconveniences. Yeah, we had some issues with the soil at first, the greenhouse manager Dave explained, munching on a Mars-grown tomato. But we fixed it. Want to hear about our plans for outdoor farming? The council voted unanimously to skip that presentation. The report from the observation team was equally disturbing. Asterisk Mars colony status update. Humans are treating hostile environment as fun challenge. They're complaining that progress is too slow. Children are being included in colonization plans. They're already planning expansion to more domes. They're calling Mars their backup planet asterisk. Asterisk concerning quotes from colonists. The radiation's not that bad. We'll figure out the atmosphere thing later. The dust storms add character. Can't wait to try Mars skying asterisk. Asterisk most alarming development. They're discussing terraforming Mars as if redesigning an entire planet is a reasonable hobby. Asterisk. The council's scientific advisor presented additional findings that only made things worse. They're not just surviving on Mars, he explained, his tentacles trembling. They're adapting. Our tests show their bodies are already becoming more efficient at using the limited oxygen. They're evolving in real time. A silence fell over the chamber. How long? Phil asked quietly. How long before they make Mars habitable? At their current rate. The advisor checked his data. They're saying 100 years. But given their history of exceeding expectations, he didn't need to finish. Everyone remembered how humans had reached Mars ahead of schedule. The council drafted an immediate resolution. Asterisk URGNT. Reclassification of Earth species required. Reasons: 1. Casual colonization of death worlds. 2. Treating planetary reformation as infrastructure project. 3. Voluntary exposure of young to lethal conditions. 4. Concerning use of phrase practice planet regarding Mars. 5. Discussion of terraforming competitions between colonies asterisk. Asterisk action items. Place warning beacons around solar system. Begin preparation for possible multi-planet human civilization. Update emergency protocols for species capable of planetary engineering. Schedule trauma counseling for council observation, team asterisk. Back on Mars, Bob finished his welding and took a break to admire the deadly Martian sunset. He sent a message to his family back on Earth. Mars is great. A bit chilly and the dust gets everywhere, but nothing we can't handle. Your mom will love the garden dome we're building. Tell little Tim his Mars bike is ready. The lower gravity makes the jumps amazing. In the council chamber, the surveillance team monitoring these messages needed another round of stress medication. Meanwhile, a group of human children on Earth were already playing Mars Colony in their backyards, treating one of the most hostile environments in the solar system as their future playground. The galaxy wasn't ready for this. It really wasn't. The Galactic Council's observation room was unusually quiet as they watched the video feed from the Kuiper Belt. A human exploration vessel had suffered a hull breach, and the aliens expected to log another tragic space accident. Instead, they watched in horror as the situation unfolded. Captain's log. The human commander Mike spoke calmly into his recorder while floating in space. Suit has about 20 minutes of oxygen left. Ship is 30 minutes away. Going to have to improvise. Improvise, whispered one of the alien observers, in hard vacuum. They watched as Mike used his suit's maneuvering thrusters to propel himself toward a nearby ice asteroid. With practiced ease, he pulled out a mining laser, cut out a chunk of ice, and used it to temporarily patch his suit's oxygen recycler. Problem solved, Mike reported cheerfully. Though I have to say, spacewalks are getting a bit boring. Maybe we should add some obstacles or something. 3 alien observers fainted. The incident sparked an emergency review of human space activities. The findings were disturbing. Asterisk Human Space Exploration Report. They're treating vacuum exposure as a minor inconvenience. Their children's space training programs are harder than our military courses. They've started racing ships through the asteroid belt. They're planning space hotels in lethal environments. They call dangerous space phenomena. Interesting asterisk. But the true breaking point came during the review of human learning capabilities. Sir, a junior researcher burst into the council chamber. You need to see this data on human children. The presentation that followed shattered all remaining comfort. Asterisk Human learning analysis. Their young absorb information faster than our adult specialists. They learn multiple languages simultaneously. They adapt to new technologies instantly. They're teaching complex physics through video games asterisk. Watch this. The researcher played a video of a human classroom. These are their elementary school students. The class was casually discussing concepts that most alien species didn't grasp until maturity. And they were doing it while fidgeting, doodling, and occasionally throwing paper airplanes. But how? Asked the head counselor. How are they processing this information while being so chaotic? The answer came from a human teacher's report. Kids learn better when they're having fun. The concept of combining education with enjoyment caused several alien educators to request immediate retirement. Then came the space adaptation reports. Asterisk Human response to space conditions. Zero gravity. This is fun. Radiation. Just need better sunscreen. Vacuum. Hold my beer. Solar flares. Pretty light show. Black holes. Wonder what's inside. Asterisk. The final straw was the discovery of human entertainment programs. The council watched in disbelief as humans acted out space disasters for fun, created games about surviving impossible conditions, and wrote stories about even more dangerous space exploration. They're not just surviving these conditions, noted one analyst. They're getting better at them, and they're teaching their children to do the same. The emergency classification meeting was brief. *AMMEDIAT action required. Subject: Human species reclassification. Current status: critical. Observations: 1. Demonstrated ability to survive vacuum exposure. 2. Accelerated learning capabilities. 3. Treating lethal conditions as entertainment. 4. Actively seeking more challenging environments. 5. Teaching young to exceed current capabilities. Most concerning element: they appear to be evolving and adapting in real time to overcome space limitations. Recommendations: immediate withdrawal of all diplomatic missions, installation of warning buoys around human space, emergency preparation for potential human expansion, creation of new classification category for their species. As the Council debated proper containment measures, they received another report. Humans had just opened their first space summer camp for children. The footage showed young humans enthusiastically learning about emergency vacuum procedures, asteroid mining techniques, zero-gravity acrobatics, spacecraft maintenance, planetary colonization basics, and they were treating it all like a fun vacation activity. Back on Earth, Mike was telling his spacewalk story to a group of excited kids at Career Day. And that's why you should always carry a backup plan, he concluded. Any questions? Every hand shot up, each child eager to learn how they too could casually survive lethal space conditions. The galaxy's collective anxiety reached new heights. Meanwhile, humanity continued planning their expansion into space, blissfully unaware that their field trips were other species' survival horror scenarios. The Galactic Council's final classification meeting was interrupted by screams from the observation room. The monitoring team had just watched a human child's birthday party at the new Mars colony. They're having a competition to see who can jump highest in the low gravity, reported one shaking observer. The parents are encouraging this. Head counselor Phil banged his gravity hammer for order. The chamber fell silent as he pulled up the final classification report on the main screen. *EMERGENCY order. Earth status: Class X. Extreme hazard. Threat level: maximum. Current condition: expanding asterisk. Warning: this species has evolved from harmless to universe-alteringly dangerous in record time. Evidence summary: 1. Chemical resistance. Drinks lethal stimulants for pleasure. Eats food that can melt metal. Considers poison. 2. Physical capabilities. Heals from fatal injuries. Functions without sleep. Survives in death worlds. Treats lethal environments as cozy. 3. Space adaptation. Treats vacuum as minor inconvenience. Plans picnics on lethal planets. Teaching children advanced space survival. Considers planetary engineering the hobby. 4. Most dangerous trait. Completely UNAWAR of their TRIFYing NATURE*. The council watched the latest human broadcasts with growing horror. Breaking news: Mars colony opens its first ice cream shop. Try our new Red Planet Ripple flavor. Space tourism update: Luna Park's low-gravity trampoline facility now open for birthday parties. Education news: elementary schools now offering babies' first spacewalk classes. And in sports: first interplanetary Olympics planned for next summer. Phil turned off the feed. Begin the warning beacon deployment, he ordered. Mark their entire system as a danger zone. The warning beacons were massive structures, placed at every entry point to human space. They broadcast in all known languages. *DANGER. Extreme HAZARD zone. Human territory ahead. These beings Drink poison for enjoyment. Challenge death for fun. Modify planets as practice. Teach their young to surpass them. Consider the impossible interesting. HFY at your own risk asterisk. But the most terrifying report came from the psychology team. Asterisk human psychological analysis. They don't know. They genuinely don't understand how terrifying they are. They think they're the weak ones. They believe they're doing their best just to survive. They call themselves squishy and fragile. Galactic core help us if they ever realize the truth. Asterisk. Meanwhile, on Earth, a typical day continued. A teacher explained terraforming to kindergartners using sandboxes. A chef invented a new sauce that could dissolve standard starship hull material. A teenager complained about being too weak while lifting 3x their body weight. A Mars colonist fixed a radiation leak while streaming videos to their fans. A child asked why aliens never visited, wondering if humans were too boring. In orbit, an alien observation pod picked up a conversation between two human children. Kid 1. When I grow up, I want to build cities on all the planets. Kid 2. That's nothing. I'm going to make new planets. Both. Race you to the stars. The observers quickly fled the solar system. The final entry in the galactic database was updated. Asterisk species, human. Location, Sol system. HFY extreme Caocean. Previous classification, harmless pre-FTL species. Current classification, Class X, reality-bending terror. Special notes. Do note inform them of their true nature. Warning to all species. If you hear a human say, "Hold my beer," or "Watch this," run. If they say, "This is fun," you're already too close. If their children ask, "Why not?" abandon the galaxy. Final note. They think they're normal. They think they're weak. They think they're still evolving. Never, ever tell them otherwise. Asterisk. Back on Earth, a history teacher was concluding her lesson. And that's why we're still classified as a developing species in the galactic community. Hopefully one day will be interesting enough for alien contact. The class nodded, disappointed at being so ordinary, while casually planning their next field trip to a nearby, slightly radioactive planet. The galaxy continued to tremble, and humanity continued to think they were the boring ones.